Right now, at this exact moment, while you are watching this video, there is something in your wallet or your purse or your back pocket that is charging you between 22% and 24% interest on every dollar you haven't paid back yet. It has a logo on it. It might have your name embossed on the front. It probably has some kind of rewards program, cashback, airline miles, points that accumulate towards something you've never actually redeemed, because the redemption process is designed to be just inconvenient enough that most people don't bother. It feels like a financial tool. It is not a financial tool. It is a loan shark in a suit, with a rewards program attached and a customer service line that's open 24 hours a day to help you use it more. The Rooster knows this because the Rooster has read the numbers, and the numbers tell a story that the credit card company's marketing department has spent billions of dollars making sure you never hear told this way. Total American credit card debt as of right now in 2026, not a projection, not an estimate, the actual number confirmed by the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is $1.28 trillion. That is $1,280 billion. The Rooster is going to let that number sit there for a second while you count the zeros. This is the highest level of credit card debt ever recorded in American history. Higher than before the 2008 financial crisis. Higher than any point since the New York Fed started tracking this data in 1999. A record, again. And here is the part that should make every feather on your body stand up. In just 5 years, between early 2021 and right now, American credit card balances increased by $507 billion. That is a 66% increase in 5 years. While wages increased by approximately 20% over the same period, the debt grew 3 times faster than the income available to pay it. Hold your eggs, because it gets darker from here. Before the Rooster explains how this happened, there is one number that changes the entire frame of this conversation. One number that the credit card industry absolutely does not want you to think about, because it destroys the narrative they've spent decades building. 55%. 55% of all credit card debt in America right now exists to cover essential expenses, not vacations, not electronics. Not the kind of discretionary spending that financial advisors love to blame when they talk about why people are in debt. Groceries, rent, utilities, healthcare, transportation, the things you need to survive. The things that cost more than they did 5 years ago by margins that wages haven't kept up with. More than half of $1.28 trillion in credit card debt is people buying food and keeping the lights on a card that charges them 22% interest to do it. The Rooster has a word for this. It is called a poverty tax. And unlike the taxes that come out of your paycheck before you even see your money, this one comes with a rewards program to make you feel like you're winning while you pay it. You get 1.5% cash back on every purchase. The card charges you 22% interest on the balance. The Rooster will let you do that math on your own. This is not a personal finance failure. This is what happens at the end of a long chain of structural decisions. Stagnant wages, rising costs of living, housing that costs 7 times your annual salary, groceries up 36% since 2020. When the gap between what things cost and what people earn gets wide enough that credit becomes the bridge between this paycheck and the next one. And the credit card companies know this. They have always known this because the people who can least afford to carry a balance are the most profitable customers a credit card company has. The person who pays their balance in full every month generates almost no revenue for the bank. The person who carries a balance at 22% interest, making minimum payments, watching the balance barely move, that person is a revenue stream. A reliable, predictable, compounding revenue stream. The person who is most financially stressed is the most financially valuable to the system that is stressing them. Protect your eggs, because the system is not confused about what it's doing. It knows exactly what it's doing. Let me show you what 22% interest actually means in numbers a real person can feel. The average American credit card balance right now is $6,580. At 22% annual interest, that balance generates $1,448 in interest charges per year, just in interest. Before you've paid down a single dollar of what you actually owe, that's $120 a month going directly to the bank, not reducing your debt, not buying you anything, just the cost of having borrowed the money in the first place. $120 a month for the privilege of owing $6,580. Now here is where it becomes a trap rather than just an expense. The minimum payment on a $6,580 balance at 22% interest is approximately $165 a month. Of that $165, roughly $120 goes to interest, which means $45 a month is actually reducing your principal balance. At $45 a month of principal reduction, paying off $6,580 takes approximately 12 years. 12 years of minimum payments on a balance that might have started as one bad month, one medical bill, one car repair. One period of unemployment where the credit card was the only thing between you and not eating. And over those 12 years, the total amount you will have paid, principal plus interest, is approximately $23,800. You borrowed $6,580. You paid back $23,800. The bank made $17,220 on your $6,580. That is a 262% return on their money over 12 years, while you made minimum payments and wondered why the balance wasn't going down. The Rooster wants to be very clear about something. This is not an accident. This is not an unfortunate byproduct of a complex system that nobody fully understands. The minimum payment is specifically calculated to maximize the amount of interest the bank collects over the longest possible repayment period. The math behind the minimum payment was engineered by people with advanced degrees in mathematics whose job was to find the number that keeps you paying the longest without defaulting. They found it. It's on your statement every month. The minimum payment. Don't pay the minimum. The minimum is not a payment plan. It is a revenue optimization strategy for the bank wearing the disguise of a payment plan. Your eggs are not just getting cracked, they are being slowly scrambled over 12 years while the bank collects the skillet. Now let me tell you about the part of the credit card business model that is the most elegant piece of psychological engineering the financial industry has ever produced. The rewards program, cashback, miles, points, hotel nights. The language of abundance layered on top of a product that charges 22% interest. The promise that using the card more gives you more. That spending is rewarded. That the sophisticated consumer uses their credit card for everything and pays it off every month and comes out ahead. This is true for approximately 30% of credit card users. The ones who pay in full every month never carry a balance and genuinely extract value from the rewards program without paying interest. For the other 70%, the ones who carry a balance, the ones who occasionally miss a payment, the ones who are using the card because the alternative is not having the money. The rewards program is a psychological mechanism designed to make you feel like a winner while you lose. Because here is what the rewards program actually does behaviorally. It makes you spend more. Studies consistently show that consumers spend between 12% and 18% more when paying by credit card than when paying cash. Not because credit card users are less disciplined, because the physical act of handing over cash creates a measurable emotional response, what researchers call the pain of paying, that card transactions don't trigger. The tap, the swipe, the click in an app. These actions are specifically designed to be frictionless, to feel like nothing, to not feel like money leaving. And then the rewards program adds a layer on top of the frictionlessness. Now spending doesn't just feel like nothing. It feels like earning. Every purchase is accumulating points. Every dollar is building towards something. You're not spending. You're investing in your next vacation. You're spending 12% to 18% more than you would otherwise on a card that charges 22% interest on whatever you don't pay back, to earn 1.5% cash back that you'll probably redeem for a $25 gift card in 3 years if you remember it exists. The math on that is not complicated. The marketing around it is extraordinarily sophisticated. The coup is rigged, and it rewards you for walking in. Here's what the Rooster needs you to actually do, because information without action is just a more sophisticated way of feeling bad about something you're not changing. If you carry a credit card balance right now, any balance, any amount, the single most important number in your financial life, is not your balance, it is your interest rate. And the single most important action available to you right now is getting that interest rate down. Balance transfer cards exist. Many of them offer 0% interest for 12 to 21 months on transferred balances. The Rooster is not endorsing any specific product. The Rooster is telling you that the difference between paying 22% interest and paying 0% interest for 18 months on $6,580 is approximately $2,100 in interest charges that stay in your account instead of going to the bank. The $2,100 is enough to meaningfully accelerate paying down the balance during the promotional period. Which is the entire point. There are fees involved, there are credit score considerations, there is a transfer fee typically between 3% and 5% of the balance. On $6,580, that's $197 to $329, still significantly less than $2,100 in interest. The math works. Run it for your specific situation. If a balance transfer isn't available to you, if your credit score makes that option inaccessible right now, then the next action is the avalanche method. List every debt you carry by interest rate, highest to lowest. Put every dollar you can find beyond minimum payments on the highest rate debt first. Minimum payments on everything else. When the highest rate debt is gone, redirect everything to the next one. The math on this method saves more money than any other debt payoff strategy because it attacks the interest rate, not the balance size. The Rooster knows this sounds like standard financial advice. The Rooster is giving you standard financial advice because sometimes the standard advice is correct. And the problem is that nobody presents it in a context that makes the urgency real. The urgency is real. $1.28 trillion in credit card debt at 22% interest is an emergency that is happening slowly enough that most people don't feel it as one until they've been paying minimum payments for 3 years and the balance is higher than when they started. That is the trap, not the moment you swipe the card. The slow, compounding, mathematically inevitable consequence of carrying a balance at 22% interest for long enough that the interest charges exceed your ability to pay them down. Don't get trapped in that math. The bank has already run the numbers on you. Run them on yourself first. Here is where the Rooster lands. $1.28 trillion in credit card debt. $507 billion added in 5 years. 55% of it used to buy food and keep the lights on. Average balance of $6,580 per person, generating $1,448 in annual interest. Minimum payments designed to maximize bank revenue over 12 years. A rewards program engineered to make spending feel like earning. An interest rate of 22% on a product marketed with the language of financial empowerment. This is the loan shark in your wallet. It has a logo. It has your name on it. It has a customer service number you can call anytime. And it is charging you 22% interest on your groceries while giving you points toward a flight you might take someday. The Rooster is not telling you to cut up your credit cards. Credit cards used correctly, paid in full every month, used for the purchase protection and fraud protection they genuinely provide, never carrying a balance, are a useful tool. The Rooster uses credit cards. The Rooster pays them in full, every month, without exception. What the Rooster is telling you is to understand exactly what you are holding when you hold that card. To understand that the company that issued it is not your financial partner. It is a business that makes more money the longer you carry a balance and the higher that balance grows. Its interests and your interests are directly opposed, and it has spent billions of dollars and decades of behavioral research making sure that opposition feels like a partnership. Know what you're holding. Know what it costs. Know the minimum payment is not a plan. And if your balance is going up instead of down, if the interest is eating faster than the payments are reducing, that is not a personal failure. That is 22% interest doing exactly what 22% interest is mathematically guaranteed to do. The failure is not yours. The design is theirs. Protect your eggs. Pay more than the minimum. And never let the rewards program convince you that spending is the same thing as saving. The economy is cooked. The credit card is one of the pans. Don't get cooked. Rooster Economy. See you in the next one.